Coming up today on Ktown Social Club, a Korean man was shot dead in Manila in the Philippines. Korean Air has a new aircraft look and logo. What do North Koreans want to be when they grow up? Also, former Philippines President Rodrigo Duterte has been arrested. An InfoWars reporter was murdered. According to LA City Controller Kenneth Mejia, LA is in financial trouble. And lastly, we're joined by Korean-American real estate agent Robert Lee. All that coming up. And
from Koreatown, Los Angeles, thank you for tuning in to Ktown Social Club. For the issues you really care about. With Young Kim, David Yoon, Hajin Cho, Ed Choi, and I'm your host, Michael Kim. And with that, let's start the show.
Who was the reporter?
all right, and welcome back to Ktown Social Club. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to our channel, and smash that notification bell. I'm Michael Kim.
You said it in Korean, Michael Kim.
Right.
I'm Michael Kim. Joined today by Edward Che and Young Kim. And Robert Lee. Robert Lee. Robert.
Robert Lee.
That's right.
Robert Lee, real estate agent and my former cannabis dealer.
Yes, I was. Yeah.
Oh
shit.
So
that's how we met.
yeah,
So that's what you meant when you said nothing's off limits.
So how much for an ounce, bud?
Man,
Back then?
that was a while ago. I'm kind of out.
Oh,
of that.
really?
Yeah.
Like back when and like before the.
No, I mean it was during the medical time.
Okay,
so,
okay.
You didn't need a license. All you needed was like some business paperwork, like a corporation and a business license, and you're good to go.
So is the medical
you did
stuff
it legally?
Yeah,
legally.
when it first became legal, like during the
shit.
recommendation aid, where like you get a doctor recommendation.
Yeah, is the medical stuff like any stronger or better or no? No, it's the same. Really?
yeah, I first met Robert. I think I found your business through probably Weed Maps.
Weed Maps, yeah, I had a Weed Maps listing.
Yeah, and there was it was called One Cure Collective initially.
Right.
And then I contacted it, had some good deals. And then since I was a first-time patient, I had to fill out a form.
Right.
So remember, you showed up, you had a backpack, like a wife beater, and you had, to me, you look like a very smart, studious
Maybe
guy.
I had glasses on, right?
Yeah, you had the glasses on, and then you're like,
Glasses
fill
with
out
a
these
wife
documents. I'm
beater.
like, this guy's very proper. And anyway, I filled it, and then I would always get my stuff from Robert back when I used to do stuff.
Yeah,
But,
I remember when I first started, I saw that everyone else was selling eighths for $50 or $60, so I had mine at $40, and I would give like introductory discounts. So that's kind of how I broke in the beginning. So I just kind of undercut what was the norm.
and then you ended up owning a store too, right? Or part of a store?
Yeah, I mean the delivery kind of blew up, and at a certain point I had like 2 or 3 drivers working for me. I didn't have to do the deliveries on my own. But then eventually, when licensing came in, it got very expensive to do it legally on your own. So they kind of pushed all the small business people out of it.
How much was like the license or like to get one from someone?
I mean, in the beginning, it was so convoluted. It was like you have to get an attorney, and you have to pay the attorney a lot, and you got to do filings and all that stuff. I think realistically, you need like $1 million.
Oh my
least.
God!
What the?
Yeah,
And you still could have gotten raided at that time, right?
Yeah,
because I remember like legal places were still getting raided.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, so it's crazy, man.
So you could spend $1 million and it just.
Are you still in the business?
So I what I did was when it switched over, I didn't want to do it illegally anymore. So I stopped doing the delivery, and I had a little equity in a shop. I think Mike, you visited the shop.
Yeah, I visited.
So I kind of linked up with other cannabis people, and we all decided, hey, if we link up, we can do a shop legally rather than trying to do your own thing.
And how long did you do that?
For a little while. I kind of had a falling out with the guys, and I decided to just sell my equity and just get out of the business. So.
Do you know about like how the business is now as compared to before?
Kind
I've
of,
been
yeah.
Hearing that it's been going down a little bit.
I mean, I think with the taxing, it's expensive.
It's like 30-40%, right?
Yeah, it's really high, and it keeps going up. And the black market is still alive and well.
Yeah.
So, there's
thriving.
There's thriving. So
It's all in the inner cities, dude. All those places.
Yeah.
So people can get it if they're open to getting it, through the black market.
No, they
for
literally
way
have like
cheaper.
stores, right?
Yeah, they'll have stores.
And then you pass by, and next thing you're like, doors are all busted open and this and that. Hey, what happened? Oh, they were raided,
Yeah.
They just run it.
But
dude.
what they do is they'll just like, okay, we got raided. They'll just open up another shop.
Yeah.
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 How much is an eighth on the black market now?
Oh,
For
I
an
don't know.
ounce?
Like $30.
Yeah, it's something
25, $30.
Yeah, he knows.
Okay, how much is an ounce? on the
Kids,
black
I don't know
market?
how I know, but I do a lot of extensive, investigative research.
I mean, it also depends on the quality of the flower.
Say the word.
All right, but I'm guessing an ounce should cost at the most 200 then.
Yeah,
I mean, for some indoor good stuff, 200 is about it. Is a good.
200 is a good.
Indoor.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Okay, cool.
you know.
I know some people who get it for 100.
Yeah, I've seen
Like really good weed for
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not bad either. Yeah.
How much do you
It's
get it for?
possible.
Ooh, I don't smoke.
Like I know a dude that comes around with like the backwoods, like they have like the whole packs of vapes, and then he's like $100, dude. I don't know how he gets it.
Wow.
And they're selling it like $50 a pop,
Right.
So I don't know. This black market is kind of crazy.
Yeah. But I mean, it's kind of sketchy when you talk about vape, like black market vapes. because,
Right?
You never know.
Right?
Black market vapes
You
are
know, yeah.
dangerous.
Right?
Yeah. With flower, it's okay. Black market is all right.
The vapes,
Yeah,
right?
vapes
Like,
is-
yeah.
Realistically, I've read a bunch of articles about even like legal weed in California is like ridden with pesticides because it's not regulated.
It's possible.
So from what I hear, black market is same.
Well, I wouldn't say it's the same, but there's definitely corruption in the testing industry as well.
Yeah.
Like they'll give you a passing test, with some sort of
some money,
little
yeah.
shadiness going on. So
Oh, I dropped that
does,
envelope down there.
right. That stuff does occur. Yeah.
It's not thick enough. I'll get you another one. Don't worry.
Oh, you get a B.
Right. I mean, from what I hear, a lot of the black market stuff is also like cartels. They're like in California.
That's what I've been hearing.
growing flowers, so
Yeah.
that's sketchy too.
So if there's black market vapes, are they just unbranded vapes, or do they use like
No, sometimes.
Stizzy or
Sometimes they do that. Like for instance, a couple years ago, Mario Kart vapes were really big.
Mario Kart.
Yeah, and they were one of the most like counterfeited. And there was like articles being like, "Hey, you should check for this, and that."
You know when we were in Hawaii and you got that, or somebody bought that vape.
Yeah,
I thought
when
that
I
was
bought that vape, yes,
it didn't look authentic to me.
it didn't look authentic to me either. And I hawking up stuff for 2 weeks.
Okay.
For 2 weeks, I literally was like, "Oh fuck, I got cancer." I was like, "I'm dying."
Well, you were hitting that shit like
I smoked the 2-gram one in one day. So
you
yes.
know what a conservative would say, right?
What?
Well, that's black market from China.
But like for instance, I'm really good friends with one of Snoop Dogg's personal blunt rollers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and even that stuff is technically black market. She gets it from people directly who won like cannabis cups. Because
yeah,
you're
they know
making
the
them for
strains.
Snoop
Yeah,
Dogg. So she drops that name and they give it to her directly at cost.
I wonder if he gets high anymore. What do you
it probably
think, Rob?
takes him a lot to get.
But you want to know how she grinds the weed? She has like a wood chipper essentially, and she puts in ounces at a time,
Crazy.
and it just grounds the weed by the ounce. It's insane.
does it grind it down to like little?
Not that little. It's actually like the perfect size. Like not that I know any of this.
So would it poke? it wouldn't poke through like a rolling paper.
No,
Or,
no. In fact, then she puts in glass tips.
Right.
Yeah, I've seen
crazy
those. Yeah, those are
premium.
good.
Yeah.
Those are nice, dude.
wow, it's surrounded by weed experts. It's
And then the glass tips have like a little thing in there, so the shake it doesn't get in your mouth,
Yeah,
right?
Glass tips are so premium.
Yeah.
They're so premium. Sometimes after you're done smoking, you're like, I want to save this, and you're like, no, that's not.
You
bougie.
know how I've really coming out. My kids found out I smoke weed. I mean, it's like
I mean,
it's inevitable.
Don't you
I mean, do you
It's
know
like-
yourself?
Huh? What, do I look like I smoke weed?
No, I just mean
didn't your
like,
kids already assume? Or?
yeah.
I mean, I think they do now, but
How old are your kids?
17 and 14.
Oh, okay.
you
Yeah,
know.
they'll figure it out by then. Come on.
But that's like the worst age for them to figure it out. So it's like, Dad does it. I'm gonna try it.
Have you done it with your kids?
No, are you
Okay.
nuts? No, I've never even done it in front of them.
But they just know. They know. From
You know-
the
I
I
smell.
mean, they can
Yeah.
smell it.
You know, some of the most responsible white stoners I know smoked with their families.
I wouldn't mind, but you know what it is? It's just it makes me lazy as hell. So
Sativa.
I don't want my kids to get lazy as hell.
Right.
You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
teach them about strains. Sativa during the
Oh,
day.
is weed the,
But can you like
Again,
study? I
research.
mean, but can you honestly?
Research.
But at that age, I don't think. It's
wait?
good
Is
for
weed
your
the thing that you
development.
quit?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
how long has it been?
2 days.
Oh, so after you quit last week, you went back on?
No, yeah, I did, and then you know, I found out. You know what was funny? Like, I asked my mom for some Xanax because she has Xanax, right? And then before, like, I would take half, and then it would get me to sleep. You know,
Half
just
a bar?
Yeah, half. No, a tiny little.
Oh,
it was,
the five?
the half
Yeah,
ones.
yeah, the
half of a
no, not the
quarter.
5 ones, but the half.
Oh, okay.
The round
little
ones.
one. Little
Yeah,
one.
so I take that
little
one out. I
one.
take it out. I used to fall asleep, right? But then now, if I take a whole one, like not regularly, it gets rid of my anxiety. I don't fall asleep. It doesn't make me tired. So I think I'm actually legit suffering from anxiety or
Wow,
something.
you like legit need a prescription for
I think
for
I do.
Xanax,
I
yeah.
think I do. I think I legit. It feels so comfortable and I feel so relaxed, and I'm not stressed out. That's why I'm so happy right
But
now.
also be very careful because Xanax is
I know.
highly addictive.
And not only that, you forget shit that you did yesterday or the night before or whatever.
getting into
And it's
accidents.
like,
Are you
yeah.
familiar with
From what I
Xanax?
I've done in my younger days. I did it. Yeah, kind of more like towards the end to pass out or relax. But sometimes
this-
like you take Xanax and
Yeah.
you'll like sleep really. I mean, when I did it, I would sleep really deep for like
Yeah.
you know like a long time.
Yeah.
Like over 12 hours.
Yeah.
I used to go out and take a Xanax while drinking to black out.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my God.
Don't do that.
I thought I was
Is
like the
Xanax
only one,
recreational?
dude.
I mean, it's a prescription drug, but people take it recreationally. I mean,
It's
but
probably actually one of the most, next to like Percocets and painkillers, probably one of the
it's-
most highly used recreational
it's common.
drugs.
Yeah. It's
Oh, for
common.
recreation?
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you
Kids
ever done
abuse it a lot.
acid or mushrooms?
I have. Yeah, I have.
Which do you prefer?
Neither actually. I don't like hallucinogens.
Okay.
I had a couple of bad trips and no more.
You needed that.
Yeah.
So
You had to resolve that.
Yeah, yeah,
know?
for
You
sure.
didn't, you didn't
Bad
even have
trip.
DMT.
I've never tried DMT, although I'd
Mescaline, peyote.
I'd be open to it. Mescaline. I mean, is that available these days?
Well, I don't even know what masculine
That's
is.
Back
like
in the day.
that's like an old school thing.
Yeah, back in the day.
If
Peyote.
you know, is it? I saw it in Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, right?
Yeah.
Like, he was
Oh.
like
Yeah,
Hunter
that's what
Thompson
he was on, yeah.
He was taking that a lot.
Yep.
I mean, you know, I'm kind of past that experimenting with drug stage, and I'm kind of like, you know,
Yeah.
Now
Yeah,
I just
totally.
I'll smoke or drink
Totally.
every now and then.
You're a
Do
family man
edibles,
now, right?
I do edibles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I just took Xanax because seriously, I just feel on edge all the time these days. I don't know what's wrong with me.
You think it's the restaurant too?
It's this world.
It's
that we live in.
financial stuff, you know. It's just like all the concerns that you know.
Yeah.
I spent too much money, and you know, is this and that. You know, it's like
I get it.
you know, just dumb shit I did. You know, it's just dumb shit.
If you start dwelling on that, sometimes you need a Xanax.
Yeah, fuck, I need 10, dude. Oh man, all the stupid shit I did.
And you know, Robert, you I know you have a stressful life at times. Like, how do you deal with stress? How do you manage your stress?
You know, I just try to I just try to focus on my daughter and you know like and think about her and what's best for her because like if I think about myself too much I can you know get just like you know you're saying
Yeah.
like stressed out and you know
Why are we all feeling this way? You know, I was talking to him the other day. I sent him a message, and because I was looking at my feed on my Instagram, and it's like fathers are important too.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, there's a lot, and I go to my restaurant. Mother's Day is like all jam packed, and then on
Right.
Father's Day, no one gives a shit. You know what I mean? And then I'm just like, okay, so I'm sure there's bad fathers, but there's also good fathers that give up everything for their kids and their family and stuff.
Right.
That don't get the appreciation or the respect that like do you feel that this is kind of a common day problem?
yeah 100%. I mean
Modern day problem, sorry.
I separated from my wife so you know I'm dealing with that the judgment and her the way that she frames you know me and you know the type of father I am and I try not to let that affect me but you know it's hard man because you know
Is she a Korean?
she's Korean yeah I met her in
fuck, see what I'm
Korea
saying?
So it doesn't sound
Korean,
it doesn't sound
man.
amicable. It doesn't sound like it was
it's not
amicable.
amicable at all
No,
Like, the opposite.
no.
it's very
Kyopol?
tenuous.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah,
A
it's okay,
Kyopol,
man.
it's a hard marriage. Marrying a Korean. The cultures are different,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah. Big
It's
difference.
weird.
That's crazy. I would
Right?
I would have never thought that.
I mean, you grew up in LA, right?
Yeah, I
we're
did.
K-Town, LA guys, right?
Yeah,
and,
yeah, totally.
And your father is Brian Lee Music. He had the music shop
yeah,
in
he had the
K-Town.
piano store in LA.
Oh, Brian Lee Music?
That's his
what
dad.
He be on the piano.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
That's my pops.
Hey, where'd you
Yeah.
go to? What area did you go to school?
All over, man. Because my parents separated when I was in like middle school.
Okay.
So then my mom moved to Seattle, and I kind of followed her. So I went to high school in Seattle.
Okay.
And then I couldn't stand it out there, and I came back like college age. I came back.
And then when did you move to Korea? You were an English teacher, right?
Oh yeah,
cool.
like
You were in Korea too.
yeah,
All right.
yeah. I lived in Korea. I want to say like 12 years ago, maybe 10, 12 years.
How long
ago.
were you there?
I was there for like 4 years.
Oh wow.
Wow.
That's a long
So
time.
05, 06.
Yeah, something like that. You know, initially I was only gonna go for 1 year, but it just pulls you in, man. Once you're there, you just.
Were you partying?
I was having fun. I wouldn't say I was like partying crazy, but I was having fun out there.
And you came back like what, 2012?
Yeah, something like that.
With your wife?
With my wife,
Yeah.
yeah.
And you were hanging out in what, Itaewon or
Itaewon,
Haebangchon?
Haebangchon, Hongdae.
Hongdae? Okay.
Yeah, all those
That's where you were
places.
hanging out, right?
No, that was kind of I was hanging out at Apgujeong, and then Apgujeong
Yeah,
died
Apgujeong hung out
completely,
there
and then it
too.
moved over to Hongdae around there.
And what year did you come back? Like 2015?
I was there from 1997 to 2017. I was there for 20 years.
Oh, you guys were there at the same time.
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah. We might have. You look familiar.
We
bro.
might have even
Like,
seen each other because, like, the Korean American community, we run
yeah,
into each
we
other.
will.
a lot.
I'm
Yeah.
sure we've run into each other and like
Yeah.
partied or something or gotten in a fight, one or the other.
For sure.
And both of you guys, you met your wives while living in Korea.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. And then, yeah.
I don't know if I want to like not marry a Korean woman or like marry one
No.
to like disprove this. I don't
No,
know.
you're not gonna disprove it, bro.
Toxicity.
No,
of
but
it.
actually, you might be okay. I think it's a personality thing. Like a lot of
Yeah.
white guys are okay with it. You
Yeah,
know, they're just
totally.
like, you know.
My roommate, he married a Korean girl and he's doing well. They
Yeah,
have two
yeah,
kids. and-
yeah.
Is he white?
He's a white guy, Jewish dude.
Yeah,
Just call me white.
like you just gotta give everything away. You know, you just be like, "Oh, whatever, I'm cool.
I'm just gonna ignore that. I think you implied that I'm a white guy. And I'm just gonna take it as a
No,
compliment.
no, I didn't
I'm
mean
gonna
like
take
that.
it as a compliment, young.
No, but you
I said I'm
have
gonna take it as a compliment.
no. You have sort of you. Although you get picky at times, you sort of also have like a very go with the flow, and I understand that's cool type of attitude too. That's what I was saying. Me, I don't have
Okay,
that
I'm gonna take it as a compliment. Thank you.
shit. Me, I'd be like, no.
I don't know
Bring
if I
me my
believe it.
fucking
I don't know if
food.
I believe it, but yes.
All right, so how's life as a single father? Like, how's that going?
It's not easy, man. Yeah. I'll
Yo,
tell you.
support, man. I feel you, man.
Thank you. I
How
appreciate
long
that,
has it
man.
been since you guys separated?
Almost 2 years now. Yeah, almost 2 years. You know, it's hard co-parenting, especially when, you know, you're not like on good terms with your ex. There's constant like bickering over little things, you know.
Like she's saying things to your kids, huh?
Yeah,
how old-
See,
how
that's
old is your
that's
daughter?
the worst thing
does,
that a
man.
person can
How old
do.
is she? Your daughter?
My daughter's
Roughly?
6.
Okay.
And my ex-wife is like 2 or 3 years younger than me. Yeah. Yeah, I think I try not to, you know, say bad things about her or like
Yeah.
show my daughter that we're fighting, but she doesn't really have that same.
But you know what happens when the kids grow up? They know that, and they turn against the person that was always like because she
Yeah.
knows the facts.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
she knows. You know.
Yeah. And my daughter will even tell me. She'll say, "Oh yeah, mommy said this about you," but I don't believe it.
Wow.
Yeah, you know,
Dang, that sucks that your wife puts her like that's making her grow up a little too fast.
kind of, you know, but
That's what they all do, though.
Dang, that's
what can I do, man?
You know, even if you're married, they
Make the
they
best
do it
of
too.
it.
You know,
Yeah.
they do the same thing. It's
Yeah.
like, fucking Korean girls. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with them.
but
Or just those two Korean.
No,
girls.
it's not that. No, in Korea, if you watch like the Korean show programs and shit, it's all about bashing on men.
Right.
하루에 이거 두 끼를 먹으면은 it's 민폐, blah blah blah. Fuck
right.
you, dude. You're paying the bills. Make all 3 meals, bitch.
Right. No, I mean there's definitely a sense of entitlement.
I know that sounds really, but I mean, I'm talking about like
I'm
when the
not-
guy is
yeah.
working,
I
and
am.
you know, it's that kind of an out thing, you know.
No, I mean ever since we came to America, I supported her, you know, all this time and everything, like, you know, food, all the expensive meals and the different types of food. She's very specific about
Yeah.
the type of food she likes, and I always, you know, made sure she, even though I didn't like it, I would make sure she ate the food she wanted to eat. And then it's like, you know, once you separate, it's like all that just gets thrown out. It's
Yeah,
like,
and you
did
still take
nothing.
half. You still lose half.
And not only that, it's like now, you know, when things aren't necessarily going as well, or like when she wants money for certain things, it's like if I can't provide, I'm like, look, we're separated now. Like, you know, she's expecting sometimes it's like even more from me.
That's crazy.
That is weird.
It's really weird. It's like it's in the same sentence she'll like talk shit about me, and then
Ask for money?
An hour later she'll ask for money. It's like you were just shitting on me. And
Bro,
like, now
I want to give
want-
you a hug, man. Seriously, bro. Like, I
That's
no, I
crazy.
understand 100%,
you
bro.
feel me, right? Okay, thank you.
that's why I had you on with Young instead of Hajin.
Thank you, man. No, seriously.
Although
every-
with Hajin here, it might have been interesting. but,
you know, even our guest a few weeks back, he married a Korean girl. He
I
went
bet
over-
you she wouldn't have said anything negative to Robert, and she would have fought with me still. Guarantee it. I fucking guarantee it.
I don't know.
okay.
Wait, so are you dating now?
I'm trying to,
Yeah?
yeah. You know, here and there.
Dude, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, you know.
Do you find women a liability now?
I'm very cautious, man. Yeah, like, and if I don't rush into things, girls want to like get clingy. I'm like, that turns me off. I just want to take it slow.
I mean, you still look like you got plenty of game. You look good. You work out. You know.
I appreciate that. Yeah,
All right.
I try. I mean, my focus is my daughter, man. You know, like I'll date, but it's like you gotta. I let them know like my daughter's my priority, and like,
hell yeah,
I'm
That's
down to
probably
go
a
out.
bit of a magnet. I'm not gonna lie.
Wait, when you
I'm a
say
little
you're
jealous, can I borrow her sometimes?
It helps a little bit sometimes.
Okay.
when you're on a date and you tell the women that your daughter is your priority, what percentage of the women are like, okay, I can't do that, and then
I had one that I had gone on like four dates. I met her on Hinge.
okay,
And
What is that? What,
It's
Hinge?
it's an app, a dating app. Yeah.
It's this thing on this phone.
Really?
You open it.
so you had 4 dates with her.
So and then on the fifth date, or I think four. It was 4 or 5, but like we started getting heavy. We were, I thought, okay, this could be a relationship, and then she candidly told me, she's like, the more I think about it, I don't really think I could be like a stepmom. And,
that's crazy.
You got your daughter, she's your focus, and
She doesn't have a kid, right?
she doesn't have a kid. She's younger.
Korean?
She was black and like half black, half something else.
Oh, that's dope, dude.
okay, cool.
Because I would assume that's the point when a lot of the women start getting clingy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and the thing is, on her profile, she specifically wrote that she didn't want kids.
Oh,
and
so
then
that
she
wasn't
even
your
like,
fault.
yeah, she liked me in spite of that. It wasn't like that me having a kid was like attractive to her. I just think in the end she just realized
Yeah.
that.
So you and your daughter, even though there's a separation, your daughter lets you know if your mom talks crap about you, and you have a really great relationship with your daughter.
Yeah, we have a real strong bond.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds like it.
Is there a chance that maybe your wife wants to get back with you?
I don't think so, but I mean, even if she did,
Sounds like
I
you
wouldn't
wouldn't.
want to.
After all the things that happen after and how what's said, I don't think. Yeah, dude.
I mean, I think
Bro.
after being separated from her for 2 years, I realized we're just not a good fit.
Yeah.
And I can kind of see now when you're stepping out of it, you look at it from the
Yeah,
moment, and it's like,
yeah.
that was never a good thing.
when that haze is gone, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
And also when you're in it, for some weird reason, you like focus on the time you spent together, and which like none of that matters. And you're
Right.
like, why did I focus on
Right.
this bullshit stuff? you
Yeah,
know?
yeah,
Or
totally.
sentimental.
Yeah.
And also, you just kind of put the idea of a family ahead of your own happiness
For sure.
sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, it's like,
That's a big one.
You know, like
That's
all the stuff we say is like I kind of like go. There's a part of me still love my wife.
yeah, same
You
here,
know,
man.
it's
yeah.
like
that never
it's
goes
a
away.
weird fucking thing.
I mean, how
dude,
could you?
know?
She's the mother of your kids. Not,
Exactly.
That's the part that you can't stop
Right.
loving.
That's
it's not
that's
the
always
wife
going to be
part.
there, no
That's-
matter
yeah,
what.
yeah.
You know,
There's never going to be anyone in the world that's going to love your child as much as her or you.
And you say your wife is a great mother, even though she's not a great wife to you. But you
She's
say
making me food these days. I think all the shit I'm talking on Ktown Social Club is helping.
She's actually.
Oh my God, what if that's what's happening? They're like hearing, and now you guys are gossip fodder, and she's like, oh no.
that's
No, I think I got a lot of it out. I think the Xanax is helping.
So it's the way you're acting at home now.
I'm just kind of like, oh, cool. All right.
And your wife's a great mother too.
Yeah.
I mean, she's
She
a good
is,
mother. Yeah, she
Okay,
loves her
that's
daughter.
good.
Yeah, I mean, I can't
Except for
take
the
that away from her.
gaslighting.
Yeah, I mean, there's things that but at the end of the day, she loves her daughter. And you know.
Okay. So then your focus now is your daughter, and I guess for your daughter, you hustle at real estate, right?
Yeah, real estate and
So
my daughter.
yeah, how's the real estate
How
business
long
going?
have you been doing that?
About 5 years now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you just get a license and then just did it, or?
Yeah, so what happened was my daughter was born, and then I was in the cannabis business, but it was like that transitioning phase where it was switching into licensing and
Yeah.
legalization, and I only had a little bit of equity in the shop. My other partners had way more equity, so I kind of felt like, yeah, I have a little ownership, but
gotta
I'm
be
just
more.
I felt like a worker there. I didn't really feel like I was one of the owners, and so I thought to myself, I got to do something else, man. And I started reading like real estate investing and finance books, and then I listened to like Bigger Pockets podcast, which is like a real estate investing podcast. And then I just like got some books, and then I was like, man, I want to be an investor. So I need to make money. I need to secure my financial future from myself and my daughter and my wife at the time. So then I started digging deep into real estate investing, and then I decided, why don't I just get a license? So then I got a license, and then I went down a rabbit hole of like real estate coaches and like agents who were like coaching real estate agents, the gurus, and like
1-800.
right, exactly. A lot of it's fake, but I found a guy who's really good, and I joined his course, and then I've just been doing this ever since. Yeah.
And it's been working out real good.
It's been working out.
Awesome,
yeah,
dude.
My first year actually was crazy. It was during COVID, so it was like a seller's market. Like
Oh, that's crazy.
anything that we put up,
Great timing.
sold. It was like I had no experience. I was like going on listing appointments, taking listings, pricing it whatever way the seller wanted to price it. I wasn't like I had no skill
yeah.
or like negotiation
able to,
skills. I was
like,
like, what do you want to price it at? Okay, let's go. Let's price it. And it was overpriced, but it would still sell. So
Great time.
That was
now
great
that's not going to
timing,
happen
man.
now. Yeah.
But you had time to like, you know,
But yeah,
fix your-
I
yeah.
built my resume
Yeah,
off
yeah,
of
yeah.
that. You know what I mean? So,
Your repertoire,
so
yeah.
yeah, I made a lot of sales my first year.
Did you have to work under another agent or something as, you know how there's like an
Broker.
agent,
Yeah, yeah.
broker, and then...
Well, you have to work under a broker as an agent, right? But then there's like teams, there's team leaders, and then there's a mentor. So when I first started, I started at Sotheby's, and
That's a hell of a
Wow,
place to
that's a
start,
nice
bro.
place to
yeah,
start.
yeah, it was a good.
Jeez.
That's like the high
Good
tickets
for
right
you.
there. All the
Yeah.
Manhattan Beach properties there.
Yeah, it was nice. And then they gave me a mentor who didn't do
younger
a
than
good
you?
job. Was that?
was your mentor younger than you?
No, they're
like
older.
older.
Yeah, older like white guys. Gay. They're all gay, most of them.
What?
Yeah,
The high-end real estate for sure. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
a lot of them are.
Did they try to hit on you and stuff?
Dude, my second mentor did. He sexually harassed me, man, for real.
Wow. Dang.
He would be like all like touchy and huggy and stuff, and I'd be like, dude, like, like we don't need to be touching each other, like, you know. So
Wow, Sotheby's, huh?
but yeah, so the mentors took a lot of my commission, and they didn't really do much, to be honest with you.
Like, how much
Said
did they commission?
harass you.
Isn't there because I sold funeral plots.
Oh, okay.
Is there like a 40% commission tax on real estate too?
So it's well, at Sotheby's I had a bad split. So I started at 60-40, which is later I learned that was really bad. But I didn't know any better. I was just
you were starting out.
I was
It was a
starting
big
out.
ass firm, and they're
Why? What should it have been? Like 50,
Typically,
50?
people start at like at least 70, sometimes even 80. Right now at Compass, I have an 82%
Okay.
of the
Wow.
sale. Yeah. So, but yeah, so Sotheby's was taking 40. I took 60, but then out of that 60, my mentor took half.
What?
And that was on 3 deals. My first 3 deals.
Damn, that's half, dude.
Yeah, and
Damn.
those were like pretty. My first house was like a $1.8 million house. Then I sold one that was like 1.5, and my first 3 were big, and I didn't really get much at the end of that, you know. So
Wow.
it was kind of lame.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. So, how's the current real estate market? Should I buy now or?
I mean, I think if you want to buy, it's always a good time, you know, to buy or sell. You know, it just depends on where you are and what you're trying to do. You know what I mean?
Let me ask you a second part question to that. Should I learn real estate now?
It's never a
Why
bad
do you want to
time.
learn real estate?
Because I want to make money.
You wanna be- you
exact
want-
same reason I want to secure. I own a restaurant,
Okay.
but it's not enough.
I would just suggest like listening to Bigger Pockets, getting some investing. I could recommend some books. You know, you don't need to be an agent. I mean,
but-
you make income like in other ways, right? I would learn about investing and stuff like that. If you're
Right.
to be a real estate agent, I don't recommend that to anyone unless you really have a drive and focus to do it, because the failure rate's really high. I mean, when I first started at Sotheby's, it was like a group of 50 new agents, and now 3 of us are still doing it out of that group of 50.
Out of 15.
5
So there's,
years.
No,
there's
50.
always...
Oh, 50.
50. Oh, shit. I heard 15 too.
That reminds me when I worked in life insurance, there were 82 of us. And then within like
A year.
a year or something, a handful, like 5 or 6 or 7 or
crazy.
something.
And I think the people that survive, like me, are the ones who just get in there and do it. Even though you don't know what you're doing, you just get in there and do it.
Yeah.
Start making calls, start going on appointments.
You make a lot of cold calls, right?
I make a lot of cold calls. The people who don't succeed are the ones who just, they want to learn everything before they start. And they're like, no, I don't know enough. I need to learn everything. I need to read all these books. I need to be an expert before I make that call, before I go on that appointment.
And when you do that and you get the door shut in your face, it's a bigger, like, oh.
yeah, it definitely
Because
is.
you thought you were so prepared.
And on top of that, you spend so much time learning. And
Yeah.
the only way to really learn is to do
Yeah.
it. you
Does
know?
it work in real life? Does it work as you learn, or I mean,
Yeah.
I would imagine it'd be-
Sales
yeah.
specifically, because
Sales
like
is hard.
Sales,
It's
you
hard.
have to learn how to adapt and how to answer stuff.
Right.
And when I was learning sales, one of the statistics they told me was like, fail rate in sales is really high, because like the successful people keep calling after the first hang up, the second, third, fourth, 30th hang up, whereas the majority of people quit after the
one or
fourth
two,
or
yeah,
fifth
yeah. Right.
at most. Yeah.
Right. Yeah,
So
they
you just
say
gotta keep bugging them.
You have to keep
they
going.
say the money's in the follow up. So
Yep.
like you get that rejection and then you follow up again. You got to
Yep.
keep following up. Yeah, you got to keep at them. And then they respect that you're tenacious and that. And sometimes they don't, but
A lot of times they don't. But the one time they do, it's good
is
enough
what
of
it
a
is,
commission.
yeah.
So
Sometimes they curse you out on the phone.
sometimes I get cursed out all the time. Yeah,
You have very thick skin.
you grow a thick skin to do
Okay.
that. Yeah, for sure.
I see.
And
Have there been any times someone cursed you out and right? And then for some reason, like they call you because they need something from you, and then it works out better for you.
no, I've never had that happen.
Okay.
But I've had some dudes be really mean and curse me out and say stuff to me, and I'm sitting there looking at the computer screen going like, dude, I know where you live. You're not that far from me. But luckily, I'm
Professional.
not. Yeah, I'm gonna,
So, do you deal mostly with like Koreans or non-Koreans?
I prefer honestly not to work with Koreans.
That's what everybody says.
Yeah.
Because
Could you explain that?
They want to cut
They
your
want the Korean
they
discount.
want to cut your percentage, right?
they want the
Sog your
10%
head.
Korean discount. Even I asked for it. Shit.
Look, I love Korean people. Obviously, I'm Korean. I prefer working with Korean Americans. Like Koreans can be difficult to work with, from my experience.
What's
But,
your market?
I'm all over, like Southern California, because I do a lot of I cold call expired listings. So wherever I get a lead, I'll go. So anywhere that's within driving distance, I'm down to go.
Good for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have any plans to get back into cannabis, or is that over?
I'm open to it. I just, yeah. I mean, I'm definitely open to the opportunity. I have a lot of experience and knowledge that I think is useful, but not at this time. I don't have anything going on cannabis wise.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
There's
We could
open-
always do something.
There's open spots in Inglewood that I know of.
Yeah, let's work together, guys. Let's do
Underground,
something.
Yeah.
I'm down.
I have a
open
lot
to
of
it.
hands-on experience.
Hey, you know what? I think we got a formula over here, buddy.
Hey, I like it.
Yeah. The Ktown
Smoke Club.
Ktown dispensary or something.
Yes.
Hey, I saw in Irvine this thing opened. It's called not Ktown Social, Cannabis Social Club. I was like, what the fuck?
Is it a podcast?
No, it's a Kalbi
Oh, it's a
restaurant.
restaurant.
I mean, they probably took it from Antisocial Social Club.
Oh, okay.
But yes.
I
I
was
wonder
like,
if they
what
do
the fuck?
booking. You know what I mean? It's social. Yeah, if you're going to do social, you're going to help people be social, or it has to be something in there, right?
All right. Yeah, but anyway, yeah. Before we continue with Robert, you're right, yeah. Let's get into some of our stories. And we'll get some input from Robert as well.
All right.
So first story. South Korean man was shot fatally in a robbery incident in the Philippines. He's in the capital, Manila. This happened on Friday around 7:45 p.m. in Malate, which is a district in Manila. I've been there. I had a very scary incident there 16 years ago. So this
Kind of scary incident.
I'll explain, but
Oh, sorry.
Off camera.
no, I'll say it like right after I read this thing. So he was resisting a robbery and he got shot. It says Malate is home to Manila's Koreatown. I don't know if that's true because the Koreatown in Manila is actually in Makati, although Malate has a very heavy Korean presence.
Wow, how do you know so much about... Have you been to the Philippines?
Yes. I went there also 6 years ago with my family for my mother's birthday.
Oh.
We went to the Philippines. We stayed in Manila. We stayed in BGC, Bonifacio Global. You've been there, right?
Yeah, I've been to the islands.
Oh, okay.
But not to Manila.
Boracay or Palawan?
Boracay, Cebu.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, did you see any Filipinos? Half Korean, half Filipino kids with fatherless. I mean, they have their fathers, but
I heard about them even back then,
Yeah.
but I don't think I ever saw
did
one.
you feel like any kind of like when people looked at you, the Filipino
Hatred.
guys especially, did you feel like, oh, they don't like
Resentment?
us? Because I felt that. I felt that every time I went.
Really?
Yeah. Because a lot of Korean kids, they go over there to study,
Yeah, I heard that.
and they impregnate the women.
Right. The
And then they
guys.
leave.
Abandoned.
They
Yeah,
abandon the
and
kids.
then you have a whole,
All these
population
kids
of
with no
Copinos,
dads. Right.
bastard Copinos,
Yeah, I heard about that.
So I was like thinking we should make a show, get one of those kids, and
yeah.
I mean,
find the father.
Let's find those dads.
That's your son, man. Why are you not taking care of him?
Yeah, and he's like married with a family in Korea.
Look, your husband has a son in the Philippines. Look.
Well, I was there 7 years ago with my friend from Singapore, and we were talking to some people, and they're like, "Oh, where are you from?" He's like, "Oh, I'm from Singapore," and I'm like, "I'm from America." And they're like, "Oh, are you like Korean?" I go, "Yeah, I'm Korean." They're like, "Oh, we don't really like Koreans."
Yeah.
And I go, "Why?" It's like it was this one lady. She's like, she said she was dating a Korean guy, and the guy said he loved her and everything and was going to take care of her, and then she got pregnant. And then he's like, "I love you" and everything. And then one day she lost the baby. So it turns out he crushed birth control into her drink or something.
No way.
And then he left.
No
And then
way.
so she hates Koreans after that incident.
They don't do abortions. Not a lot of them
Yeah,
are
'cause
into
they're
abortions.
super relig- they're
yeah,
Catholic
they're
over there,
hardcore
yeah.
Catholic.
Yeah,
a lot
yeah.
of them.
Oh my god, that's so fucked up.
Dude, that's murder.
But then also, but you know, it's like I know about the Copino kids. Like I know about the students that go there. Or
What's worse, that or abandoning the whole family? That.
It's worse.
No, for sure.
That's murder, man.
Yeah, that's.
but I also know. But I feel like, yeah, I know Korean guys do this, but haven't American guys been doing this?
Oh, yeah, they too.
For decades.
No, I know. I
They
get
might
it,
have
but-
done that in Korea.
No, but
probably.
it's an issue.
Korea too.
So what happened was in Korea, in the Philippines, there was like a pastor, a missionary who's over there, and then he wanted to help these young ladies find the father, get some kind of financial compensation.
Compensation, sure.
Or at least, it's his child. How can you not care about your child? If you're a normal person, I think you should, right?
Yeah.
So they created a website, putting all these pictures up and of the husbands and all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
Government took it down.
What?
Korean government took it down.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, dude.
It was the website hosted in Korea.
It was, yeah, I think so.
So if you
Well, I
have-
think it might have been Philippines or something. They blocked it.
okay, so
Like
you
they blocked it from the IP and
Maybe
stuff
it was
like
only
that.
down in Korea. Though. Maybe it was up in other places.
It was. It was a long time ago, so I don't remember everything clearly. But I just remember that this website came out, and then all these news were reporting on it, and then boom, it was blocked because of privacy concerns.
That's shady.
maybe it's this WordPress.
Yeah, but it's something like that. It's one of these things. Yeah, it's something like that.
So
yeah.
I guess
Look
they
at that
blocked
shit.
this WordPress.
That motherfucker.
Manila Pasay siya koju.
know,
Pasay, I know
Keep your
Pasay.
chaji in your pants, man.
Or wear a condom.
Yeah.
Yo, do we have to show the women's faces though? I feel like
Well, I mean-
shame the guys.
No,
right?
they're not trying to shame. They're saying, hey,
trying to find
this is
them.
me. This is my husband.
And this is the
Oh.
kid.
I'm looking for this is our kid.
This is the
Oh,
kid.
this is the women
Yeah.
wanting to post.
Yeah,
this.
they're
shit.
looking for them.
Wow.
Look at
Help
that.
us find this deadbeat.
Yo, you know,
Yeah,
you know what
you
the
just-
sad part is? A lot of these photos look like they were taken like 20 years ago.
Right? They're like old school
Yeah, they're
family
like from the
Yeah.
90s.
from like family photo albums.
Oh my god.
He doesn't look happy to be a father.
He looks like he's too old to be doing
They're,
that shit.
they're hiding over there. They're
Guy
not.
looks
They're,
like he was 50.
Well, this is a young guy.
yeah, he was probably 공부 영어
that's the
공부하라고
kid.
보냈는데.
That kid's adorable.
I know, it's sad, dude. She's pretty too.
Dude, he would have never pulled any.
Yeah, who does he pull back in Korea?
Oh, he met her in Angeles City, which is the major red light area, I think.
Oh, so they're okay. Well, I don't know.
I mean,
wanna
not to
say.
mean that she is whatever, but
But
that's.
he might have had that frame of mind.
Let's see. And anyway, there's a lot of 45, 47. There's dozens of fathers listed here. So anyway, yeah, a Korean got shot in Manila. In oops.
Was it a robbery?
Yeah, it was a robbery. The guy tried to resist. I wouldn't resist in the Philippines.
Yeah, just don't resist, man. Don't. It's not worth dying.
So-
Nothing is
Yeah.
worth.
There's Korean guys who get drunk and they go on like a drunken tirade and get shot by the police from resisting. It's happened. It's been on the news a lot. dude.
Jesus.
Yeah. So in 2009, when I was there, I was at a bar in Malate, and it was a little past midnight. I was kind of drunk, and I started walking back to my hotel. And this is where Philippines is where I first saw poverty, like real poverty up close. So I'm like walking out of this bar, going back to my hotel, like kind of drunk, and I see right near all these bars and like these dudes and like these like sex worker girls and all this stuff going on. Right on the sidewalk, I see like a mother and like her whole children all just sleeping on cardboard, including like a baby like this small on a piece of cardboard. They're all just out on the street. And I was like, how the fuck, like this doesn't register? Like this is not whatever. But anyway, I just keep walking. I think it was like my first or second day in the Philippines.
You could have gotten attacked.
Yeah, so I start walking, and then this guy just appears out of nowhere. He's like asking me for something, and I'm like, no, I don't have anything. Then a second guy, third guy, and then I see out of every little nook and cranny,
People coming out.
people start coming after me, and I'm like, oh fuck. I start running. I start walking fast. They're chasing me. I'm like, oh shit. I literally start running. I don't look back. And I ran about 2 blocks back to my hotel.
Drunk.
And I was in flip flops too.
Is that just like that was just that night? Did that ever happen?
Well,
during the
after
day?
that, I didn't stay out that late.
Yeah.
And
Alone, especially.
and then later, I took another way home because that was like down a seedy road. So I actually took a more quiet road along the bay, which actually, if something happened to me there, less people would have seen. But
And it's easier to get rid of you.
yeah, but I don't know. For some reason, I thought that was safer.
Yeah.
So I take that path, and it was near the U.S. Embassy. So not that anyway, but that's what happened to me in the Philippines back then, and that was and I had some other scary incidents, like where a cab driver was taking me somewhere, and then he stopped in the middle of like a slum. He's like, "Sorry, car doesn't work anymore," and he just leaves.
Nope.
And it's like 10 p.m.
I bet you it was set up, dude.
I know.
Like,
What
he gets
did
a
you
certain
do?
amount of
What
money for
happened?
doing that.
I stood out of the car and I'm like, where is he? And it's like so quiet. And this is in Manila. I'm like, why is it so quiet? There's supposed to be millions of people here. And I just waited and waited and waited. And then either he came back or some other car came by and I got in that other car. But that was like a really scary thing where when I think about it now, I feel like I was being set up for something.
Yeah.
But
Do you remember how much time passed before you were abandoned and then left? Was it like a couple minutes or was it like half hour?
no. It was like at most 10 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But like to be in the middle of nowhere and
Yeah, you got out of there quickly enough.
yeah. And there were other little scary incidents, like minor things that constantly kept happening. So I don't feel. So when I go to the Philippines now, I just stay in BGC, which is
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
it's like Singapore there.
Okay.
Very heavily protected.
In expensive areas, right? It's really dangerous. Even not tuk-tuks, you know, in Thailand, they have those little scooters and you can pay them like 50 baht or something like that. And then they'll take you somewhere. I know
Yeah.
a girl that rode in the back of it, right? And then she was supposed to go someplace. This dude just basically went off track, took her to like a, little farm area, secluded area. And she's like going, what the hell is going on?
Right.
And then boom, she said, the guy just went, bam! She got knocked off, came over, grabbed her bag. She thought she was going to be raped. So she was like this, but boom, 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 took it out and just,
He didn't rape her.
No, he didn't rape her.
Oh
Thank
my
God.
God.
Yeah.
Just tell me you want the bag. You didn't have to hit
So,
me.
so
Jesus
if you're
Christ.
like she was a guest on my show, and then like she took a vacation in Thailand, and she shows up with all these like things on her face. I'm like,
Oh my God.
dude, what the hell happened to you? Right? She just starts crying. Oh. I was like, right before the show.
This is before Grab and Uber existed.
No, yeah, this is way before. This is probably this is still kind of at the age of like backpacking through Thailand,
Right.
and like
Right.
hanging out at bungalows, getting information from other
Right,
European
yeah.
backpackers, that kind of stuff.
And they have those in the Philippines too. In the Philippines, they call them trikes.
Tuk-tuk.
Yeah, tuk-tuk, trikes.
Tuk-tuk. Yeah,
Trikes.
those are kind of fun. They have nice sound systems in those.
Yeah. So anyway, Philippines, be careful when you go there. Stay in BGC or Makati. Go to the big malls. Don't go to seedy areas like Malate.
Yeah.
Let them take your
Yeah.
stuff.
Do not
please.
resist.
Yeah, just let them take it.
There's another crazy okay, I'll say that. Okay, later after the show.
Do you have any crazy incidents?
In Philippines, no.
Where have you been? You lived in Korea for 4 or 5 years. You're so close to all these countries. Where did you go?
I didn't do much traveling, to be honest with you. Around, I went to Japan and Busan, but that's still Korea, right? So
Yeah.
I didn't really leave, man. Yeah,
So you just went to Japan.
I should have. People like friends invited me. They'll go to Philippines or like
Yeah.
Thailand, but I never went, dude.
Right.
I kind of feel like I missed out.
The Koreans have like golf sex tours. I never been.
Because you don't play golf.
No, I play golf, but I didn't want to go to a golf sex tour.
Yeah, I heard about those in the Philippines, right?
Yeah, Philippines.
Yeah, so you go there, a group of men go there,
just fucking.
and they go on a golf tour. They pay a package thing. So all the guys get together, they play golf during the day, and then at night, they all get a chick.
It's like I think I'm descendants of like one of the most like perverted, group of people. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it's like a Genghis Khan thing? I don't
We're
know.
definitely
dude.
up there, man. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
man. Like, wow, the creative businesses that they have around.
Okay,
this, you
one
know?
of the things I did see in the Philippines, speaking of Koreans, I was at a hotel in Manila staying there. It was a Korean-owned hotel called Inwangsan, which is a mountain in Korea anyway. So the owner was like an old Korean man, and I was sitting there once and then in the lobby, and this Korean harabuji got out of the elevator. He looked like 75, 80, like really old and kind of feet weak. He had like this 19-year-old tiny like Filipino girl with him. And I was just like, what in the world?
It's like those white guys in Thailand.
Yeah,
I see a lot of that.
Because I'm used to seeing the white guys like this, right?
Yeah.
And now it's like a guy like harabuji, like oh, he likes the young stuff. Like you figure they don't have any more, what do you call it, testosterone or like desire or libido, but no, he's got
Come on,
it.
make drugs
Remember
for that.
Igoni?
Yeah. I
So
remember.
Samsung, is he still alive or did
No,
he die?
he's gone.
I think he died. Yeah.
Dude, remember him? He had all those tapes with all those like girls coming in and out of the. It doesn't matter how old you are, dude. It's like, you know.
What's funny was him telling the girl that he liked her kiss, I guess.
Right.
He was referring to
I
something
don't know,
else.
dude. Man,
gross.
dude.
But, watching that video of Igoni, I was like, hey, he watches TV just like me.
I wonder if it's a
just kinda like-
Is it a Samsung or LG?
It's like even these billionaires, we're the same.
There was actually a video that went pretty viral on TikTok recently where I think it was like a white girl. She was traveling through Thailand and she was at one of those markets and she took a video and she was like, whose dads are these? And it was just like all these old white guys with like these young Thai girls. And I think it was because of the way she framed it that it went so viral.
Wow.
Because she was like, whose dads are these?
Dads,
Yeah.
they're somebody's dad.
What's even sicker is that like that has an industry of young girls and young boys too. You know, it's
Yeah.
pretty.
That's as long
Sex
as
trafficking.
they're
I
old
don't
enough,
get
that's
it. I just
that's
do
one
not
thing. But when
freaking
they're
get it,
when they're
dude.
underage, man, that's
Yeah.
not good.
No,
All of
even
it is
but even like if you're 19, like Leonardo DiCaprio, I think there's something a little bit twisted
Yeah,
about him.
for
you know?
sure.
You know, there's something wrong there.
I mean, it's like their legal way of doing that, you know?
Right. It's funny that he's got like such a very specific preference on age, right? Yeah.
19.
Right.
Literally 19.
That's a baby, bro.
And-
Yo,
and then
my
there's,
daughter
like-
is 17,
And
bro.
then there's
Right.
literally an age at when he throws them out. What is it, 23,
25.
4? 20, yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
25.
Is that when
They all,
Giselle
he
Bundchen,
breaks
he
up with
just-
them when they're exactly 25.
That part's a little weird.
That's the weird
How
part.
come no one talks about that?
Because like Jerry Seinfeld is weird. Like he did
Misogyny.
the same thing, but
Right.
at
Is that
least he
misogyny? Like, that is
married her.
misogyny,
Right.
isn't
You know
it?
what I mean?
Right.
When you keep doing it on repeat like a revolving door, it adds more creepiness
It,
to it.
that makes it
All
more,
of it's creepy.
Makes it more creepy.
Yeah.
Jerry Seinfeld is especially creepy because the first time he saw that girl, Shoshana Lonstein,
She was underage.
she was 17 and he saw her at the park. She was in her schoolgirl outfit. And that's when he first saw her and he got
That's
her
a
number.
Lolita complex, man. That's a Lolita complex, brother.
I mean, wasn't he dating her? She was still 17 when they first started dating. Yeah.
He went to her prom or anyway, they were dating and Howard Stern used to make fun of it all the time. And he even made a parody song about how Jerry Seinfeld likes a minor with double D's or something. And that was the reason Jerry Seinfeld wouldn't go on the Howard Stern show for a long time because he got pissed about that song.
A minor.
Right. That's just out of nowhere. Yeah, A minor, yeah. All right, so speaking of how Robert didn't really fly anywhere while he was in Korea,
Nice segue.
Korean Air has a new aircraft livery and logo.
It looks stupid.
So here's a better...
I like the OG.
Yeah.
What do you think of
this?
this?
Looks like
No.
a generic logo.
No.
So here's the one before. This is the one that I used to fly.
Yes.
Yeah, you gotta have the blue and the red, man. And
Yes.
The white and the
That's a
Red,
yes.
white, blue, light blue, gray. Now it's just
No.
blue and white. Different shades of blue and white.
It is so fucking sterile. It's not even funny.
It looks like Alaskan Air, or it looks like it just.
That's what I'm saying. It could be anyone.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
looks like.
The red and the blue is what makes
A&A.
like
Literally, that could be Spirit Airlines. It's
Yeah.
an S for Spirit.
Oh, this doesn't look...
S
No,
for Spirit.
what
for
the heck is
Southwest.
that,
Yeah.
dude? Like, what is that? Why do you do that?
Like the original had part of our flag on it,
Oh,
and
hell
it
yeah.
was very obviously Korean.
I mean, even the font for the word
Yeah.
Korean is like really boring.
And we were flagging the Teguk mark on top of the tallest building here in
that's
Los
what I was just about to
Angeles,
say.
bro.
Before I even knew that was actually built or like owned by Korean Air, I was like, why does that look like the Korean Air logo? If you put that up now, no one would be like, oh, that's anything
That's
to do with
bad
Korea.
move.
It is so bad.
So
That
I
is a
guess this is
bad
their new
move.
logo here, this thing up top.
It looks so plain.
It's so dumb.
And why isn't that Teguk mark over there in front of Korean Air the same as the one on the tail, on the
If there
rudder?
was at least dots, that would... Actually, no, but why are there dots?
Well, I mean, it's supposed to be the yin yang. That's where the Teguk mark comes from. It's not supposed to have dots,
Right, that's what I'm saying. Wait, yeah. It looks so...
Yeah, it's not good.
It looks like an S. Like,
Dude, it looks like a...
Oh, shit, here it is.
I'm not into it, dude.
It literally looks like an insignia that they put on like a Charmed TV show, like about magic and shit.
Right,
you know what I mean? Like that tacky
like a
ass-
necklace or something.
Yeah,
And I'm sure you're a designer. I'm sure they pay for that font,
That's what I'm saying.
Right? And that's not even... What the hell is that font?
It's so bad.
It's more minimalist, sleek.
As someone who knows about graphic design and design work, this is so bad. From a marketing standpoint,
Well, I'm taking
it's
Asiana
horrible.
from now.
Well, I always thought Asiana's... I didn't really like Asiana's look at the brown.
I know. I don't like it
Yeah.
either. That was a pretty lame color, but Korean...
Yeah.
I know I'm going to get heat for saying this, but Korean flight attendants tend to be a little bit more attractive, I thought.
The Korean Air ones.
Yeah.
I hear they're more strict on who they...
I think so. I think so. Like, yeah. And
It's
first
really
class
hard
is
to
different,
become
too.
I feel like if
flight
you
attendant.
were trying to be a flight attendant in Korea, Korean Air is probably your first choice.
Probably.
And then Asiana probably gets like
Second.
the
I think,
leftovers.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
It's
then,
like
American flight
Hyundai and
attendants are
something,
just,
you know?
like,
Hyundai and Kia.
very
yes.
bottom.
And, they're still stealing a lot of Kias here.
Stealing?
Yeah, there were 2 Kia Souls that were stolen like last night, and
really?
those cars are just like so easy. It's like the thing to steal for these guys.
I think it's a trend.
Yeah.
I think it's a social media trend. Breaking
But I mean,
into
why
Kias.
can't they fix that? I mean, they didn't fix it.
Anyway, next story. We got about 10 minutes left.
Sorry, I'll shut up.
Hey, what do you think North Korean
bad.
kids want to be when they grow up?
Alive?
Yeah.
Kim Jong Un.
They want to be like Kim Jong-un?
Hell yeah.
I don't think you can be that.
You can't, but you want to be.
What do you think they would say if they're asked, what do you want to be if you grow up?
A policeman, a firefighter.
Policeman, firefighter, doctor,
No.
a South
shit.
Korean.
a South Korean.
I don't know, man. I mean, I think
K-pop star.
It depends on how much media they've been exposed to.
K-pop star.
If they've only been
I think that's what's going to
exposed
come out.
government
I think
stuff,
he's a K-pop star.
I bet it's like something really depressing, like factory worker.
like that would be really good
Oh
for
my
them, right?
God.
Like, oh, I would
Please
love
don't let it be
to
factory worker.
honor
Oh my God, please don't
my
say factory
country by
worker.
doing this boring job, right?
Adult film star.
Oh, boy. That's illegal there.
Methamphetamine manufacturer.
Janet Newenham, a traveler from Ireland, visited North Korea. She was in the border city of Rason, where I showed the footage from last time.
Yeah.
So, by the way, tourism is closed again because some white guy went there and made some... This is according to
What
a
the
source
hell
I
is
heard.
wrong with white guys, dude?
He made this like, with the music like, dun, the most secretive. And as if he was doing like things on the sly and all this. Anyway, so they shut down the tourism.
Wait,
for
so
now.
he didn't actually do anything there, but it was the way that he presented the
Yeah, where
stuff?
he twists it and makes it look like, something.
Wait, but then logically, shouldn't you encourage tourism so that everyone can see?
North Korea is not the most logically run. Some of the people in charge there are
They need a
very
new marketing
smart.
manager.
But I don't know if it's specifically because of that, but that's what I was told by someone who would know.
That's crazy.
Okay, so let's see what they said. It's pretty basic stuff, but I just thought it was a nice, just to hear something.
No factory worker.
Don't
Don't ruin this day for me.
I'm 16 years old. And
Do they
I'm
speak-
in a for language school.
She's 16?
Yet I'm going to be journalist in the world in the future. I'm young. I'm 16 years old. Oh, I want to be a teacher.
Oh, you want to be a teacher?
Yes.
Oh, so good.
They all speak better English than the South
Teacher,
Koreans.
amazing. English teacher? Yes.
Yeah, cool.
Nice.
Wait, but why?
Very-
Yeah. So nice to meet you.
Don't
Thank
they
you.
hate America?
Yay.
Well, I mean, it's international
Oh, yeah, I
language,
guess so, yeah.
it's-
What, speaking English?
Yeah.
Well, they probably pick the ones that speak really good English.
Yeah.
I would hope so.
I don't think they all speak good English.
Well, I just mean like the fact that they even teach it. You know?
Right.
That'd be like if,
And I think they speak more with like a British style accent.
yeah, a
too.
little bit. But
And,
to me, it'd be like if in America they were forced to learn Chinese at like grade school because like we're so anti-China.
I think there's
But
a lot of
of them-
contradictions in North Korea. So
Yeah, a lot of them do speak Chinese. Some of them study Russian, and then some of them are into English. So yeah, I mean, obviously, if they're going to meet with an Irish tourist, they're going to have the English-speaking student. But interesting how they want to be. A lot of them want to be teachers.
It's because it's one of the most respected professions in North Korea, right?
I think even in Korea, right? Korea used to be
still,
like
yeah.
educators.
Korea
and
used to be
parents
until the parents got involved. Now the parents have all the power.
I'm not going to lie. I had a hard time paying attention because of the recent conversation we had. I just kept thinking, I was like, oh my God, if they were a year older, Jerry Seinfeld would be attracted to them. I just kept being like, that's crazy because they're like 10. They look like they're 10 years old.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Why?
I guess 9 years later, 9 years later, there's like Leo DiCaprio can walk in, right?
That's sad that people might have not heard you do that.
Do what?
Why does Leo start at 19? Why not start at 17? If you start at 17, you get 2 more prime years. That's why I start at 19. Instead of enjoying for 6 years, you join for 8. You increase it by 33%. Why don't people do that? Anyway, if you
pretty
watch Jerry Seinfeld back in the day, you know.
I still watch Seinfeld reruns, man.
Really?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, why not? That's fun.
I want to watch Friends. I missed that whole Friends.
Friends is good. Seinfeld's good. Seinfeld's
Lost.
good because of George.
Yeah,
Seinfeld was good because of Elaine.
right. I like
You love to kind of hate her,
the
but then
cast was fun.
Oh, you like Elaine because you love to hate her.
I liked it.
I also think what is her name? Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Julia Louis-Dreyfus,
I think
yeah.
she's a genius. I think she's a comedian.
Yeah, she's
genius.
really smart. She started on Saturday Night Live back in the day. Yeah.
Her advice
Was Lost big here?
Oh my
That was,
god.
she was really good in
Lost,
that.
yeah.
Yeah,
That was
yeah,
big,
she's really
okay.
good in that.
All right. I forgot where we were, but on to the next story. We were just on the Philippines, right? So Philippines ex-president Rodrigo Duterte has been arrested. He's 79 years old. He was returning from Hong Kong when he landed at Manila's airport and was arrested. There was a warrant for his arrest due to alleged crimes against humanity during his crackdown on drugs.
He killed a lot of drug dealers.
So
right?
many people.
right? Yeah.
Now, I was there in 2019? And I heard about Duterte even in 2009 because he was famous as a mayor because Philippines has like 3 major island groups. The top island section is called Luzon, the middle is called the Visayas, and the south is called Mindanao. Mindanao is where you'll find more of the more like extreme Muslim, whatever, radicalist types, whatever.
That population. Okay,
And the capital of Mindanao is Davao City, right? Manila's all the way in the top in Luzon, right? So Duterte was like the mayor of the capital of the most violent and dangerous region of the Philippines, right? So he gets in there. I guess he turned it around. So he was kind of a legend even back then. Like he basically, what the reputation was, he would go around killing criminals. Like
he cleaned up. Like
he directly, personally would kill criminals.
Damn.
And he would have like assassins
I
go
can see
around
that.
So
killing
it's like
criminals and
no,
stuff.
no due process.
No,
No.
it's like Punisher.
Vigilante.
Judge Dredd.
Judge Dredd.
Or like the Wild Wild West. Yeah.
So back then, I remember people were saying Davao is like one of the safest cities in Asia, and you could go to Davao, and people were. I remember reading stories online like, "Oh, I lost my wallet or something, but somebody brought it back to me," or because people are afraid to fuck around there. And even he was going after Koreans there because Koreans were breaking the laws too,
Yeah.
like Korean investors or whatever who would set up business or whatever. Because he had pretty harsh smoking laws. You couldn't smoke indoors, or you had to go into like a certain area. It's kind of inconvenient. A lot of Koreans wouldn't follow that, so he would start punishing Koreans too.
Koreans love smoking right in front of the establishment after dinner with a
Right.
whole group of people.
Right.
They don't care. Yeah.
But anyway, this guy became president. Fuck, what year was it? Maybe 2014, 2015, something like that.
Right.
Because I was in the Philippines when the previous president, what was his fucking name? Noynoy Aquino. Yeah, Aquino, whose father was killed by Marcos. The son was president, and then Duterte became president. The president now is Marcos Jr. His father is the one who killed the president from like 15 years ago. There's all this crazy shit going on there,
That is
right?
crazy.
It's like Game of Thrones-ish
crazy.
kind of stuff. So anyway, Ferdinand Marcos Jr., he goes by Bong Bong. He's the president of the Philippines now, so he had Duterte arrested because the ICC, International Criminal Court, wants him.
Yeah.
Now, the thing is, let's go here. break. Rodrigo Duterte arrested. What is this? Actual genocidal Netanyahu gets a royal welcome in the U.S., which threatened the ICC. The former Philippine President Duterte has been arrested by the ICC for quote-unquote crimes against humanity. His only crime being pro-China. He was one of the few that said, when he became president, he's like, fuck America. If they're going to keep fucking with us like this, we can always go to China. They're closer and whatever.
I mean, I've heard of him doing a lot of shady stuff to arrest.
Duterte? Yeah.
To do those people. So that last bit I'm going to have to disagree with. But
I mean, he's done a lot of crazy stuff, dude.
So here's the crazy thing for me was I'm hearing all this. Okay, so when I did go to the Philippines in 2019, I made it a point to talk to as many people as I could to find out what they think of Duterte. Like, from drivers to, like, working people. I couldn't find one person who didn't like him. They all loved him out there.
that's crazy.
That was a crazy thing to me. Because out here, it was, like, so much, like, he's killing and this and that. I kept asking. It wasn't like, oh, he's all right. It's like, oh, he's awesome. We love him. Well, I mean, maybe he did. Okay, maybe he does go around killing and all that.
That's why the media reports, negative reports intensified. No?
That is possible because there was a former president, Gloria Arroyo. She was prior to 2009. There was a bunch of journalists that were massacred in the Philippines when she was president because some political. It's crazy there sometimes. It was called, I think, Ampatuan Massacre. Anyway, a bunch of journalists were killed there. Nothing ever came.
Like what year? Do you know what year? Like, is it like recent or is it like 80s?
It was during probably like 2007-ish.
That's pretty. That's not like
It's
old.
crazy that nobody disliked him. Because there was like at least 2 stories I did about the Philippines where it touched on some of the drug raids.
Yeah.
And like from Philippine media, they were talking about how illegal it was.
Again, I talked to maybe 12 people at the most. But
maybe was it in like a certain area? Maybe that's why.
Well, I was in Manila. I was
should have been diverse.
I was in BGC, which is the rich area, and then I went to Rizal Park and in the regular regular areas, but not like these Filipinos are rich.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But they just like that. I don't know. They liked him.
I mean, if they like him, it's the Philippines, it's their country. It's none of our business.
And then we passed by a bust of Duterte, and they're like, "Oh, you want to take a picture?" So I'm like, "All right." So they told me to stand in front and go like this. So I was like this in front of Duterte. But anyway, yeah, this is the massacre that took place. So it was in 2009. 58 deaths, 32 journalists. Anyway, nothing really ever came of this, but so maybe it is targeted. So anyway,
I think everything in the media is you got to question it, man.
For sure.
Yeah, and it gets used for propaganda.
Yeah.
If it's going to serve your purpose, they're going to use it for that purpose.
Everyone has an agenda at some point.
And Obama did criticize even Duterte back when Duterte was going to become president for human rights and stuff. And Duterte fired back. He's like, "What about you? You kill your black people. Shut the fuck up," and all this.
I remember that. Yeah,
Actually, I remember that too. Yeah.
Don't not just throw away questions and statements. Putang ina mo, murahin kita.
Putang ina mo!
That was when he said, "Putang ina mo, son of a whore."
I love this guy.
I heard that so much growing up as a kid.
Oh
Man.
my god! I hope I busted the putang ina, man.
Yeah. So again, Ferdinand Marcos Jr. is president of the country. He's the one that allowed the arrest of Duterte for the ICC. Guess who the vice president of the Philippines is?
Somebody who hates him?
Manny
Pacquiao.
It's his daughter, Sarah Duterte.
Oh, what?
Yeah. So in the Philippines, what I noticed when I was there for the election in 2009.
It's the opposition, right?
Yeah. So the president and the vice president can come from different parties.
Yeah.
So they might not even like each other. It's crazy.
I mean, obviously she doesn't like him right now. Arresting her father.
Oh yeah. She recently made some threat towards somebody. Let me see what it was.
That's crazy.
Right?
That's the current vice president who arrested her father.
Like, imagine right now, imagine if Biden arrested Kamala's kid,
right.
or Trump arrested Vance's kid, right? That's like, whoa, what?
Yeah, that wouldn't work here.
Sarah Duterte's response to Marcos Jr.'s statement that she will make, I don't know. Whatever.
Actually, that would be kind of hilarious if, like, the little Baron Trump in like 5 years, ran for president, and then arrested Donald. Like, that's what that would be like.
The little, I mean, that dude is like,
Yeah,
man,
actually, that's
he's
true.
so tall,
I'm still
man.
thinking of from the first term
Right.
when he was like this little kid.
Right.
Dude.
He's
I saw
tall,
him at the
man.
inauguration. He's he's a.
But he looks just like Trump, like
young
when he
man.
was younger, dude. Like, right, just like you could tell, right? But he's so tall. He's like what, 6'8", 6'9"?
He looks like, he looks like a basketball.
Yeah, he looks
Wait,
really
what?
tall.
He's 6'9"?
Yeah, he's like 6'8", 6'9", around there.
He's
What?
like abnormally
Yeah,
tall
bro.
because standing next to Melania, he's
6'7".
like way taller than Melania.
Yeah,
even.
man.
Yeah.
He's the tallest one. Like every time he goes out,
like
I
he's
thought
like
he
a-
was tall. I didn't realize he was like
no,
6'9".
he's-
No, he
he's
seems
at
like
least
and-
6'8". That's what I know. That's what I know for
Trump
sure.
is tall too. Trump is not short.
Yeah, he's not
Yeah,
short
but he's
either.
like normal tall. I think he's
Melania
like
is
6'1".
tall
Right,
too.
but Barron's like.
Yeah, look this up.
Anyway, here's some response to Marcos arresting Duterte for the ICC.
Oh
It
my
says,
God, you're right. 6'9".
6'9".
Somewhere between 6'7"
6'9",
and 6'9" is
yeah,
what
yeah.
Anyway, Duterte chose to return to the Philippines and not afraid of being arrested. He would not go to exile abroad. He'll return to his country to fight to the end. And then somebody says, now you know why leaders of ASEAN, which is Southeast
Asian,
Asia,
yeah.
do not respect the Marcos family. What country in Asia sent its former president to the ICC? ICC is a Western institution to criminalize the leaders of the global South while allowing the Western leaders like Netanyahu and Biden to avoid responsibility for Gaza and Syria that is happening now. Now it is confirmed Bong Marcos is a U.S. stooge. And then there was something that it just said here that Sarah, this is from January. It says, Sarah Duterte is a threat. She is an ally of communist China. There she is right there, and that's her dad.
Yeah, I was
But
like, wait, her dad's there
geographically,
too.
I think this is when he was president.
Yeah, yeah.
But geographically, shouldn't isn't it better for the Philippines to align with a little bit with the
With China, of course.
China as well?
Yeah.
Of course, you'd be better off getting along with your neighbors.
They have a maritime dispute, right? They have some kind of a
There's some fishing thing.
it's probably some like island or some kind of a coral or something like that. That's the only thing that I know of. But
I didn't know about that, yeah.
I see these big debates on Twitter. I don't know. It's complicated. So anyway, that's that story. Oh shit! You gotta.
There's a lot of like presidents getting locked up now. I mean, Korea, that's like a normal thing, you know?
Right.
It's like
Fuck that.
President Assad of Syria fled to Russia in December.
that too.
Anyway, next story. InfoWars reporter Jamie White was killed.
Is that the girl?
No, he's a guy.
Yeah.
So Jamie White, this is Jamie White here. He was killed outside his home, apparently, shot.
Yeah, that's murder. Yeah.
InfoWars is like considered the conspiracy thing with Alex Jones
It's
or whatever.
far right. It's far. But Alex Jones, to do credit, he did break a lot of real stories.
He did,
too.
yeah.
He did.
He does, and I believe he has spoken out against Israel even. And
He's not dumb, dude. And I don't.
Yeah,
people made him look like he's the stupidest guy in the world, but I don't think so.
But Jamie White here, he says he was put on the Ukraine enemies list, which was like a kill list. But this was, 9 months ago?
Well, I mean,
Who knows if it was, I don't think, maybe it was just some random crime, but we're going to learn more about it as
it
Alex
could be
Jones
someone
says.
that hates him.
Yeah, it could
They
be.
found another guy at the White House, or was it White House in Mar-a-Lago? They took down another guy who was like said to be like an assassin, or he was trying.
Yeah, he was trying to take a shot at him. He didn't.
Yeah.
He was like prepping to shoot him.
No, recent.
Oh, this is recent.
Yeah,
not
another
the,
recent. They
another one.
shot a guy and killed him.
Really?
And because of he matched the threat. That's what they're saying, but I
Okay.
don't know. But there's been a lot of things going on.
Yeah, man. Trump
Anyway,
better be careful. dude.
Yeah. Jamie White was born in 1988, younger than all of us here.
The Jews are not the deep state. I'm telling you, right? Israel is not the deep state. Just take that out real quick.
Okay. Anyway, so he was brutally murdered around
Didn't you
midnight
say
on
the
Sunday
opposite
night.
at the
I know.
beginning of the-
I'm kidding. You know, I'm gonna get
I was just
killed.
like,
is
I'm
what I'm
so
saying. You know?
confused right now. But yeah, I'm picking up on it. I'm a little slow right now.
It's okay.
Okay,
My
now-
CCW is always with me.
Los Angeles. LA is in financial trouble, everybody.
Oh, duh.
Yeah, right?
What else is new?
So
Have you
city
seen our
controller.
roads?
Yeah. City controller, this is Kenneth Mejia. He's been on the show. I've known him about 10 years. He's a good guy.
He's a goddamn hero.
Yeah, so he basically says, and I heard that the mayor's office, he's trying to audit the mayor's office and stuff,
Yeah.
but they're fucking not helping him out. And then for revenge for this year, they cut the city controller's budget to fuck with him. Like, this is.
Karen Bass does a lot of that, huh?
She's so fucking corrupt. I hate her.
Dude, man, like seriously, I can't believe I had that bitch in the studio. And I didn't know anything about this kind of stuff.
Well, she's the one.
she didn't do it yet.
You know that she's the one that said that it was a miracle, the riots when all the Korean
Outside of
stores
that.
burned.
Yeah, that was like years ago. Though.
Yeah,
I mean,
outside
but
of
from the black community, I understand the sentiment too.
Okay.
But it's actually the Jewish people that set up the liquor stop. So,
Okay.
Right? Am I wrong? Or is
Yeah,
that-
right. Okay. So Kenneth Mejia sent a letter to the mayor and city council. Anyway, his report says city faces $140 million shortfall in revenue for this fiscal year, additional decrease of $73 million next year, estimated to overspend by $300 million. Anyway, so there's also $100 million in LA Fire Department overtime on top. Blah 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 blah. Plus,
I mean, they did just save the city, so
Yeah.
But
plus-
the overtime for the police?
yeah, they also need facilities upgraded.
They don't have cops. You know, half of the cop cadets right now, they're like DACA. No, they're literally DACA. That's what my friend, he's a performance driving instructor at the academy. He said half of them are DACA.
That sounds dope.
It's dope, but the thing is that they're not allowed to carry guns off duty,
Yeah.
and that's a problem.
Anyway, so that's it for that. And hey, Robert, back to you now. Before we close it up,
All right.
you know, are you as a real estate guy? Do you more represent buyers or sellers, or what's your specialty there?
I prefer to work with sellers because I think when you have listings, you can kind of show someone it's like you're selling something, you have something for sale. When you're working with buyers, it's like, oh, I have a buyer, but you're not really selling anything, right? And buyers are real flaky. Like they want something and then they'll just like change their mind, or they'll decide to rent or whatever it is, you know.
Yeah.
Or they don't really know what they're talking. When you're like, "What are your non-negotiables?" and they're like, "This, and that," and then you go through and they're like, "It's none of those actually."
Yeah, and you could spend a year with a buyer going this there and you know all this
And they
that.
might not
And
buy.
in the end, they'll just
Yeah.
change their mind. They may not make an offer.
But
if
from
you-
a commission standpoint, what's better?
It's the same.
Okay.
Well, actually, it's kind of shifted to where it used to be the same, but now it's kind of better for the listing agent, for the seller.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So
So
they
selling
kind of
is really
passed
where it's
a
at.
new
Let
law.
me ask you the main question. Now, you know, in the Southern California, you see a lot of different properties. They're very expensive, especially.
Right.
Now, when you go in like the Murrieta, some of those areas, they
Right.
seem to be kind of coming up. Are
yeah.
those good areas for like maybe potential investment or buy a house?
Totally, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, totally. I actually just helped my parents buy, my mom and my stepdad buy a house in Apple Valley.
Yeah.
Up and coming area, yeah.
Like, what- what's
And
like the-
you know, it's near kind of feeling.
Phelan, yeah.
So like, there I think it's growing, and you know I don't really know the area that well, but my mom told me because they wanted to move there to kind of retire and
Yeah, a lot of people are.
Do they have a farm?
No, my stepdad's an attorney, so he's trying to set up like a little like attorney because there's like a little Korean community out there, so just kind of service those people who live.
Which
live out
freeway
there.
is it
for
from the
him.
15? Is it like Bear Valley or
Bear Valley.
Bear
Yeah,
Valley?
Bear Valley.
And
yeah.
you go east for quite a while, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
And she said just within the past 5 years, there's just been an explosion of development and like shopping centers and golf courses and all these things. So it's like it was nothing before, and now like things are popping up. So
Does she live near the lake?
Yeah, she lives near the lake in Apple Valley.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So I'm like
And you usually
geographically
must be pretty happy right now.
Where
I
is
guess.
Apple
those areas
Valley?
are
It's
kinda
like
coming up.
kind of
East of Victorville. Or
Vic-
Hesperia, Victorville.
Oh,
Victorville.
okay.
yeah.
Oh, right.
Victor, next to Victorville. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So if people want to sell their house, and they want to.
Who are you going to call?
They want to use Rob Lee,
Yeah, I mean, you can find me on Instagram and Facebook at Rob Lee Realty.
Rob Lee Realty?
ROBLEE Realty. I work at Compass. I'm easy to find. Just Google me, Robert Lee Realtor. I'll pop right up.
Quick
Yeah.
question. What was it like growing up with the name Robert Lee?
Yeah.
Did you get a lot of flack for it?
I did. Well, I mean, I wouldn't say I got flack for it, but it was people say, "Oh, Robert E is your middle initial E." Robert
yeah.
you get that.
Like the Confederate,
right.
Yeah, okay.
Right, but I mean,
Oh, I haven't heard that before.
right, exactly. That was common. Yeah, but not
At least
that
his
much.
name wasn't Bruce Lee.
I was like kind of hoping you'd be like, no, the kids weren't even smart enough to do that,
No, some people were. It's
Some.
usually adults who do that.
All right. And check out
Like,
Robert
is your middle
Lee.
initial E.
That's you?
This is
That's
Robert
me.
Lee here.
That's me.
You can find him online. Robert Lee. He's got 5 stars.
Nice.
I think one of those reviews is from me.
One of them
maybe.
is you. Yeah.
But yeah, that's Robert. Yeah, just look up Robert Lee Real in Compass. Whatever. Anyway, you can find him.
Yeah. You don't even need to write Compass. Just
Yeah.
Robert Lee Realty.
And
Realtor.
then, yeah, and then So my sister used. Oh wait, that was me. I used Robert to purchase a condo.
that
a couple years.
your sister and your
That
mom
my
lived in.
yeah, right, yeah.
I thought you said, I used Robert to purchase the condom. And I was like, Wait, what did I just say?
We're talking about real estate
Inside
here,
thoughts,
okay?
young.
Real estate.
Inside.
Yeah.
2 years, you know.
So yeah, hit up Robert if
that's
you
all you
want
can figure
to
that out.
sell your property or something. Okay.
Or buy. I'm happy to work with
Or
buyers
buy. Yeah.
as well. Yeah.
Just don't be annoying or whatever. But
Or
okay.
be annoying. Just spend.
Make up your mind. Like,
Yeah.
don't be like, well, I think
right.
I'm going to get it. Nah. You know,
Just
don't do
play.
that.
Yeah.
All right, and that's it for Ktown Social Club. And before we go, we got to do our weekly Hank You
Hanky.
clip. This is something he sent me himself. He sent it sideways, so I had to reorient.
I told you, that's his whole scheme.
He sends it to you?
He doesn't post it himself so that he can say that he didn't post it, I think.
Which
Is there
flag is he?
audio?
Wait, where's the?
Oh, he's such a dork. Like, so dorky. 공화국?
Li Jiang, Jing Li.
That's Johnny Somali.
I thought he was
That was Johnny Somali.
Was it?
Yeah, I think that's Johnny Somali.
I think
Oh, voice.
That's Johnny Somali. Yeah.
100%.
So because Hank has been kicked out of the U.S., rejected by the company, the country that he loves, company,
That's actually funny.
and the fact that the country of his
Wait, is
birth
it company?
he rejects, and they don't like him, I think he's going to try to go,
Communist?
cozy with the Chinese now. But I don't think the Chinese will
No,
accept.
no one's going to want
He
him.
was telling me like China doesn't have the. I go, hey, do you think you can say all that shit, like all that free speech there? It's like China has free speech laws, not for political but for social. Yes. I go, so you're saying you can go around and say all those? He goes, yeah. I said, don't they have rules against like causing a public disturbance? He's like, let me check. He hasn't gotten back to me since.
No.
Anyway, Hank,
Because you burst his bubble.
yeah. So anyway, Robert, thanks a lot for joining us
My
today.
pleasure. Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, hope real estate goes well. Maybe we'll do some weed stuff together. Just kidding.
Sounds good. Let's do it.
Yeah,
Real estate, weed, whatever. Let's do it.
yeah. Anything that makes money.
We
You're
should
right.
start a YouTube series where we smoke a bunch of weed in empty houses. Just kidding. That's gonna fuck up your business. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. All right, and I'm
Also, I
Michael.
don't smoke weed.
Yeah. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to our channel, smash that notification bell, check the description box below for our social media. And I'm Michael Kim. Thanks to Ed Choi for joining us, also to Young Kim and Robert Lee. And we'll see you all next time on Ktown Social Club. Peace. Man.
Nice meeting you, Robert.
Yeah, nice to meet you too, man.
You.
Well, hang.
Yeah, for sure.
It was a nice conversation.
Yeah, man.
without having to.
It was fun.